Oh shit, folks. Trying something new today. Very excited. I'm going to try and have the audio from my microphone, but have the video. Um, well, I guess before we even discuss any of that, welcome to Saturday Short Shorts. I'm your host, JuvyThaKid. I'm gonna try and face the camera as much as I can, but I also want to make sure that I am getting good audio from the microphone. I'm just trying a couple little different setups right now. This probably won't be like the final one because I'd rather have the mic more in front of me. But either way, welcome, folks. The reason I'm trying this for today's Saturday Short Shorts is because if I can get this to work, it kind of adds like another element to things. You know what I mean? We won't have as bad of an echo and stuff on the videos. And it's also if I ever feel like doing the podcast and adding like the video aspect to it, I'm able to. It's just going to take some skill because I got to sync up the audio with the video. Either fucking way, folks. Hope everyone out there is having a great fucking weekend. I mentioned the Bellator fights. Actually, while I'm recording this, yesterday's vlog technically is uploading right now. I mentioned the Bellator fights that were on last night, and man, it's super rough. Give me a second. It was super rough to see Rampage Jackson competing last night. I understand he's much older than he was, but like they had the match in a heavyweight, which he usually fought at light heavyweight, which is 205 pounds, and yet he came in for the fight at 253 pounds, and there was like a noticeable difference. Like by the end of the first round, like he looked like he just went 3 rounds. It was so rough. There were moments here and there where he had kind of like the flashes of like the old Rampage kind of coming through, but other than that, it was just it was almost like it's one of those examples of you get excited because you've been like a lifelong fan of these people, and you've grown up watching them, but then like they still compete like much older in their career or under certain circumstances, and it's almost like watching like a hero fall. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I just think like I understand like when you fight, like when you're a fighter, that's your thing. Like you know what I mean? Like that's fucking like that's in your blood. But I think some guys need to really figure out like when it's time to like call it quits. You know what I mean? Like look at like Vitor Belfort. He's announced that his last fight his next fight is going to be his last, and fuck, like there's a lot of people that say he probably should have called it quits from now. Like he's lost his last 3 in a row. He's been finished in all 3 of them, and it's just like I don't know. It's so rough seeing like the veterans go out like that because it's like it's almost like we remember how they were, and we hold those like fights and those memories kind of like very like dear, at least for fight fans and everything. But it's one of those things like when they go on that decline is fucking rough, and it's usually a long one. Like it takes them a couple of like Chuck Liddell. He went on a losing streak, and then he was like, all right, like this isn't the same anymore. I don't know. It's just super rough. I think like if anything, like if anyone's kind of trying to figure out what this whole thing is leading to, other than me talking about mixed martial arts, it's really just like it's an ego thing in a way, like in one way, not for like mixed martial arts fighters. I mean, just for like the example I'm going to use. Like know when it's time to call it quits. You know what I mean? Like know when the run is up. Like you can still enjoy things and still be involved with it, but Like, if your run is up, then you gotta chill. Like, if you know your body just can't react to things the same way, uh you can't like do the same things that you once did. Like, it's time to take a seat, like a back seat, or like at least tone it down a little bit, because that shit's gonna end up hurting you in the end. You're gonna be putting too much like wear and tear on your body. You know what I mean? And really, like, that's our goal, like, as humans, is to fucking get as much time as we can, like, out of these walking meat bags or whatever they are. I don't know. The human body itself is like fucking, it's basically just one complicated organism wrapped around millions of complicated organisms. Like, if Earth was a sandwich, we're like the mold on the sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, we're still alive and we're all like moving and shit like that. I don't know. I think I heard Joe Rogan say that. I don't want to take credit for it. I can't remember specifically where I've heard that example before, but I feel confident in saying I heard it from Joe Rogan before. Maybe. He said, hey, like, he's a funny guy, but as much as like people give him shit for certain things, I have actually learned a lot of different things from watching his show over the years. Information wise, like, he's had some of these amazing guests. I wish I could remember this one guy's name, but he's dedicated his life to like researching ancient Egypt and everything like that. And it's fucking, the knowledge that he drops was nuts. Talking about civilizations that they've been able to date back to 20,000 BC. 20,000 BC? Like, whoa. I don't even think we can comprehend how long ago that really was. Like, Jesus, fuck. I don't know. I'm just saying. I've probably heard that, like, Earth sandwich, we're the mold, from Joe Rogan. I'm pretty confident in saying that. So that is not of my own. But either way, I don't even remember what the fuck I was originally talking about, because then I started talking about ancient Egypt and everything. God damn it. I don't know. Everybody knows how these videos go. I usually go off on like a tangent or a rant, and then we get sidetracked in some other avenue of thought and everything. I don't know why my arm just so dramatically flipped out. Just avenues of thought everywhere. What's going on tonight? I don't think there's any fights on tonight. I already talked about the Bellator. Man, and Bellator's got a roster growing. They got a lot of guys from the UFC and everything too that I really don't think the UFC should have let go. Lorenz Larkin, like, especially. I don't know. I don't know. The UFC is in such a weird, like, new stage with, like, the WME IMG owners, like, the new owners of the UFC. And it's just, I don't know. As a mixed martial arts, like, purist and lifelong fan, part of me is worried. But at the same time, I think it's just, I don't know. We have a lot of other stuff. And especially with Bellator growing the way it is, who's to say that, like, Bellator doesn't end up reaching UFC growth, or UFC levels, I should say. Who the fuck knows, folks? Who knows? All right. Well, I wanted to get some thoughts out. I wanted to try the microphone over top of the video. So I think we'll cut it for now. I'm going to end this in very soft tones. This has been Saturday Short Shorts, and I've been your host, JuvyThaKid. I appreciate you all always watching this stuff. It means a lot to me. Love you.